Basing employment decisions on factors other than worker qualifications is generally illegal in the United States. The costs of litigation, penalties, and harm to an organization's reputation can be substantial when violations occur. Civil rights activists in the United States used nonviolent means to protest unequal treatment during the turbulent 1950s. This led to the passage of important non-discrimination laws and guaranteed an equal employment opportunity for all individuals. Equal employment opportunity means that employment decisions must be made on the basis of job requirements and worker qualifications. With the enactment of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, specifically Title VII, workers of all backgrounds were provided a more level playing field in terms of employment opportunities. Since then, a number of additional laws and executive orders have been implemented to prohibit illegal discrimination in the workplace. While the Civil Rights Act stands as the foundation of equal employment laws, it's by no means the only regulation affecting employer-employee relationships. There are other laws that regulate how issues such as an individual's age, disability, and pregnancy status are addressed at work. Unlawful discrimination occurs when those decisions are made based on protected characteristics, which are individual attributes such as race, age, sex, disability, or religion that are protected under EEO laws and regulations. These categories are considered protected characteristics under various employment laws and regulations. All workers are provided equal protection. In other words, the laws do not favor some groups over others. These factors are not work-related and should not be considered. Federal protected classes include race, color, religion, national origin, sex, age, physical or mental disability, veteran status, genetic information, and citizenship. Equal employment opportunity, or EEO, is employment that's not affected by illegal discrimination. It's a broad-reaching concept that essentially requires employers to make status-blind employment decisions. Status-blind decisions are made without regards to individuals' personal characteristics, like age, sex, or race. Most employers are required to comply with EEO laws. Alternatively, affirmative action involves taking proactive measures to increase the number of women and minorities in the workplace in an effort to make up for past patterns of discrimination. This approach allows employers to consider various personal characteristics when making employment decisions. The employment relationship is governed by a wide variety of regulations, and all three branches of government have played a role in shaping these laws. Let's take a look. Federal statutes enacted by Congress form the backbone of the regulatory environment, but state and city governments also enact laws governing activity within their regions. Various state laws add a degree of complexity to the interpretation and prevention of workplace discrimination. Companies should be aware of legislation that may cover employees based on where the company conducts its business. The courts interpret these laws and rule on cases, providing guidance about how companies should comply with EEO regulations. Case law helps employers understand how laws are applied and what they must do to comply. Executive orders are issued by the President of the United States to help government departments, agencies, and contractors manage their operations. Government agencies responsible for enforcing laws issue guidelines and rules to provide details on how the law should be implemented. Employers then use these guidelines to meet their obligations in complying with the laws. The two main enforcement bodies for EEO are the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, EEOC, and the U.S. Department of Labor, in particular the Office of Federal Contract Compliance Programs, or OFCCP. The EEOC enforces employment laws for employers in both private and public workplaces. For example, the EEOC recently outlined a strategic enforcement plan encouraging companies to develop fair criminal background screening practices, establish equitable pay for both men and women, and take steps to reduce workplace harassment. The OFCCP enforces employment requirements set out by executive orders for federal contractors and subcontractors. Many states have enforcement agencies to ensure compliance with state employment laws. Compliance can be complex for companies that operate in multiple states. Discrimination remains a concern as the U.S. workforce becomes more diverse. HR professionals need to be sensitive to trends in the workplace that can precipitate negative legal actions.